It's time for iCast, your freaking awesome replays. And up here in the top right hand side, representing Swarm EU, it is Blisk. Hey, we actually cast Blisk playing in the CTL Grand Finals yesterday. Who remembers? Did Blisk win or lose that game? I don't know. So good chance maybe Blisk here as an active community member might be the one who submitted this one. Up here in the top left, in the blue, representing ZBL, it's Roida, which is the name. I'm trying to figure out. So Roida, is this? Do you think it's referring to steroids or hemorrhoids? Which sort of roids is Roida referring to? Bad case of hemorrhoids, or is it a bad case of hemorrhoids partly from lifting too heavy because of too many steroids? I don't even know. I'll let Twitch chat decide on that one. But of course, this is the Mimicry challenge where players had to try and copy the shit out of their favorite streamer and be a bit of a cheeky dick. Of course, if you guys want to get your replays in for next week, there is a brand new challenge. It is teleportation. Use your racer's mobility mechanics to appear where your opponent least expects it. Use recall, lifting buildings into sneaky locations, Nidus worms, and drops as all three racers, warp prisms, overlords, medevacs to surprise and harass your opponent. Send the replays in as per usual with the actual replays labeled with the matchup and a short description, as otherwise there is a chance Neon Blue will not be looking through there. So it seems like Blisk here, of course, potentially a fan of Bly. What are we thinking? Fan of Bly?
From the west, bam! An eye for an eye.
Cats. This is definitely some Cats or Bly level shit right here. So it looks like Blisk here is going cheesy Zerg. Roida playing some generic ass shit. Building a wall off Marines, a second barracks. In response, Roida, I guess we could say Roida's, if Roida plays a good game, we can just say Hero Marine maybe, you know, playing real generic standard Terran. But until that happens, I think Blisk is the one playing the challenge and is trying to be a bit of a cheeky douchebag. Now, there is a Queen building here. We've got a couple Zerglings coming out as well. I love it. Look at that. Isn't this like the EU icon? The stars around. Is that an EU icon with the stars around? Is it? I don't know. I don't know what the EU flag looks like or whatever the EU symbols are. For some reason it rings a bell though. Stars around something and then they just put a fucking ultralisk there. It is the EU symbol. Okay. Extra depot going in to reinforce this wall. Roida is like, oh, you never know. They might bust through. Got to be careful. Blisk here just being a bit of a cheeky dick. Starts putting down some acne. Spreading that around, but back at home, it's just, oh, I went for a gold base. Oh, no. So this is the classic distraction hatch here. I feel like this is a little bit Star-Lord-esque right here. This is something I love to do, is you don't really commit to that much at the front. You just try and spread creep back to your bases while being greedy behind it. But Roida is like, screw you, mate. You're going to be a bit of a dick. I'm going to proxy a starport in response. Oh, no. One drilly boy just gets trapped down there. Look at this. No, that douchebag Marine. Well, he's going to get himself killed. He's like, oh, if my brother died, I better die as well, man. Does take down one Zergling before getting... Oh my god, blood just fountaining out of his power armor there. Siege tanks on the way, as well as Marines 3 at a time. Behind this, tons and tons of drones coming out. Blisk is like, yeah, man, we're just gonna friggin' make a giant economy. By the way, me queen's gonna walk home. Alright? You know when someone's like trying to do some real fucking like, they're like, I haven't worked out in about 16 years, but... I know I'm going to get fit. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go do a marathon. And you're like, I don't know if a marathon's the first step to getting fit. They're like, nope, going to do it. And then they go and they do a marathon. It takes them like 3 days to finish it. Yeah, that's this queen right now. She's got like a fucking bag of powdered Gatorade. She's not even adding water to it. And she's just fucking like shoving it down her gullet. She's like, I need fucking energy. This is so fucking exhausting. Oh my god. Oh my god. Deep breathing for sure going on over there. Meanwhile, Roida getting some cloak, getting some banshees. Overlord comes in for the scout, and that does end up going down. Sees there is a command center, but it's very delayed. The siege tank's starting to do some damage. Those Zerglings, ooh, cheeky. Are they going to go for... Oh, Marines in the open! And the Lings decide, nah, we're going to be a bit pansy. We're just going to back off. The Queen, she's almost finished her marathon walk home. Holy shitballs. And a hatch there as well. We got another hatch up there. Now, what's the follow-up from here? This really feels like, you guys know when you're like, I'm gonna cheese, guys, and then you just like play a macro game anyway, just off some like silly opening. That's kind of what this is like. This is like if we got Snoot to cheese, you know? He's like, okay, I'll proxy hatch. He builds nothing out of it, and then he just drones up to 100 drones at home. This is some liquid Snoot level of cheese, for sure. Even when he would do a big Ling Flood against Protoss, there'd always be drones building before he even gets to their base. He'd just look for a snipe on the 3rd Nexus and go home immediately. We're talking about some conservative cheese, but an Infestation Pit is down, a Macro Hatch is down. These rocks being broken, so important on this map, or tanks can get dropped behind that. These Marines and tanks are like, God damn it, how far back does this creep go? And oh, they never even got rid of this creep tumor. Oh, this acne more dogged than the pockmarks on a fucking teenager's face. Holy shit. 2 Banshees come in the main. Nice counterattack from Reuter. That Spore actually does unburrow. These Banshees can't really make up their mind. The Spore's like, I'm just gonna chill, man. I'm just gonna like, I'm just gonna, fucking just gonna stand here. The Spore Crawler looks dumbfounded. Apparently, it got through the training course where it gets taught how to uproot, but it did not know how to root. It was like a teenage boy finally getting an opportunity of what he's dreamed about for far too long. Freezes up in action like one of those fainting goats. It sees danger and it just says, pretend to be dead, and its whole body just goes stiff. Pun not intended, but we'll take it. And does fuck all. These drones getting massacred, gang. That's about 15 workers right now. Oh no, the Spore Crawler though. They're gonna go in range of the Spore Crawler. This Spore Crawler says, this is how it's done, mate. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, the Zerglings trying to surround, but the Siege Tank, the Marines, barely hang on. Reuter's like, fuck, I better take another base, man. Is gonna go and secure that one. This command center's got nowhere to land because there is acne all over the place. We've got more Banshees on the way. The gold base still going strong. That's the saving grace of Blisk here. Despite the absolute ravaging of the main base, is trying to recover whilst going Infestors and Zerglings. So going to see some real nice, sexy play there in the follow-up. Behind us, there's no stim even started for Reuter. Reuter has got, you know, it's held on. Is up in supply, has got a bigger army, but needs to get back on track with those upgrades. Finally finds... Oh, look at that. The line just barely missed it. You're fucking kidding me. Oh, Reuter. Oh, no. Just look at that little pus-fueled fucker just waiting to respread creep all around this natural. Ah, Reuter. I feel your pain, mate. I feel your pain. Oh, no. +2 melee, more Lings, more Queens. The Lings continuing to break down this highway path. For those of you who haven't seen this map, yes, this path does go to your opponent's base. It's very narrow, it's very awkward, but yeah, you can do some decent shit with it. Now, medevacs are building out of over here. Reuter built a second starport to build medevacs 2 at a time. Has a random depot here as well. Blisk has got to be like, wait a second, why are there fucking medevacs over here? But oh, big Marine tank army. Remember, there's no stim, no shields. The Lings looking for the ambush. A couple of Passion hosts just came out. Oh my god, Blisk. Don't give me, oh my god, don't give me, oh, Raging Passion, let's go! The siege is there, the unburrow is good, the ambush, the Zerglings come up from underneath, and the tanks are getting absolutely obliterated. Will they be able to take out the Marines as well, though? The Marines have to pick up and go to safety. Even a couple of little fucking baby locusts join the fray. There's spores over here on the left. The redrop does go in. Nice moves by Reuter, trying to get some damage. The Zerglings are actually counterattacking across the map right now. That leaves these drones terribly exposed. There we go. The Lings come in. They're like, wait, that command center can't even land because I've still got that fucking piece of pimple sitting in your base. The Spore Crawler is going to move forward here. The Zerglings and Locusts will clear this out, and these medevacs going to try and get out of there. Zerglings coming up the ramp. Ooh, nice surround. Still unupgraded Marines just getting ravaged, man. It's a bloodbath. And that's exactly the kind of bath that Zerglings like. You can give Zerglings a soapy bath. Even if you use that Johnson's for fucking babies, no tears shampoo, they're still going to hate it. They're going to be like, fuck off, I don't want to get clean. But put a couple dead Terrans in the bathtub, maybe a couple SCVs they can rip to shreds. They'll go, oh, fuck yes, bloodbath. That's where Zerglings get excited. give him a chance to kill some shit, dance in the blood, gnaw on some bones. Suddenly, you know, they're in their comfort zone. They're in their element. Speaking of being in their element, we are talking about real fucking baby makers here. These Swarmos are ready to throw their kids into battle, even harder than Broodlords do. And they fucking launch. Good pick up there, though. We've got more Locusts going up that ramp. Lots and lots of these babies going to try and break through that ramp. The wall just goes down so quickly. All the depots falling. And oh my god, they do so much damage. Even the siege tanks are going to go down. The Lings are in the base. The wall has been breached. And Reuter, I mean, it might have started out with steroids in this game. But at this point, it's just full-blown hemorrhoids. You need some cream or something to get rid of this fucking Zergling situation. And it's going to need to be some real fucking Tiger Balm or something. This is some... And that's going to be the end of the day there for Reuter, dealing with Blisk, who I'm going to take a guess and say has been a little bit Bly-inspired, maybe a little bit Cats. I'm trying to think of other kind of cheesy proxy hatch Zergs. I kind of want to take credit for the distraction hatch with the Star. I kind of feel a bit of Star-Lord. I feel like maybe a bit of Star-Lord because I love that distraction hatch. It's one of my favorite strats, but I'm sure there's others out there doing it. It does seem like something Dr. Dario does as well. I knew it would be fucking impossible to guess. I probably should have said, hey, at the end of the game, type the name of the player who you were trying to be. If Blisk's around, shout out. I'm going to lock in... I'm going to lock in TLO. TLO seems the guy who would just build a hatch, spread creep, and be greedy behind it. There was a couple Banshees, by the way, that had been building up in the corner. That was Reuter's last hope. Did not work out, though. Did not work out. GG. Well played. Ian Blue says, that's got to be Cats, you selfish piece. TLO doesn't do that shit. I feel like I've seen Cats commit a lot more. I've seen him do it like that in ZVP, but like without the Queen, just the hatch block. But I haven't... Oh, no, he does do the creep block on the natural as well. Yeah, that's pretty common. That's true. It was the love child of Cats and Neurogreed. Oh, cool. Neuro does... I haven't seen Neuro do hatch blocks like that before. That's awesome. Is it Slammer? That was definitely not Slammer. Come on, Slammer would be obvious. Slammer would be obvious.